everybody. I'm Starla.
I'm Mik.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Yeah.
And welcome to our preview of Propolis, sponsored by Flatout Games.
Now the bees are out and they doing things, especially in medieval times. So here's Starla with an overview of the game.
From the creators of Calico, Cascadia, and Point Salad, Propolis is a strategic board game for 1 to 4 players that blends worker placement, engine building, area control, and tableau building. Players lead rival medieval bee colonies, sending worker bees to gather pollen, strengthen their territory, and construct elaborate hives to earn their queen's favor and achieve ultimate glory. As bees compete across vibrant floral landscapes, they must collect pollen and produce propolis, the key resource for expanding their hives. Gaining dominance in different regions grants valuable materials and prestige. As the hives grow, new structures unlock additional resources, scoring opportunities, and the foundation to build a magnificent palace for the queen. The player who establishes the most prestigious colony reigns supreme. All right, this is Propolis.
Yes, Propolis. We are medieval bees. Constructing stuff, I tell you.
Yes.
Now, I do want to say this is Flatout's first worker placement game. And it's very interesting. It's a lot of stuff that you got to keep up with, but it's not overly hard.
No, it's not overwhelming. And for those of you who don't know, Propolis is like bee glue.
Yeah.
And they use it to help build their little colonies and stuff. And they collect it from trees and leaves. So it's a really interesting word.
So that's what we're doing. We're collecting stuff so we can put together these different buildings.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know bees had bakeries. Bees got bakeries, y'all. So I got to put together a bakery.
But overall, they want to build this really nice palace for their queen.
Yes, and so I can favor the goodness of my queen to me and all my bees,
Yes.
my beeples. Yes, that's what they call them, beeples. Yes.
Yeah, and I really like bees. I like bees so much so that one of my favorite fragrances is Honey by Marc Jacobs. And you'll see a little bottle of honey over there with QT.
QT about to swipe it though.
And it's got a bee on top.
He
It's
gonna
so
swipe
cute.
it. He gonna swipe it.
So
Yes,
cute.
he gonna swipe it.
All right, back to the game.
Yes.
To the game. This game is easy to learn, fun to play.
Yes.
It is worker placement with your cute little beeples.
Beeples, and it's very colorful. We can just say that off the jump. It is very, and the theme stays with it with all this medieval kind of looking, buildings. So I really do like the artwork and the components. The beeples.
The beeples.
How can you not love the beeples?
Yes. Colorful beeples.
Yes.
And so you're gonna take your little beeples on your turn, and you can either go out and try to collect different, types of flower, pollen, and everything, or you can try to fulfill one of these little requirements to get you a little building. The first person to get 10 of these will trigger the end of the game.
Yes.
Or if you've got enough of resources,
resources.
you can go and get a building for your queen.
Yeah, those are permanent. The ones that you have on the side, because with your starting building, you'll have a permanent resource, and then also something that tells you at the end of the game, you get some points.
Scoring.
Yes, you get some points. Now, this starting one also gives you starting resources, which is pretty cool, because let me tell you, sometimes it's hard to get some of these resources, and you're going to have to start doing some maneuvering. Like on this card, you can trade, from one resource to another, and on some of these, you'll have to do that. But it's really an interesting game because here, you have a few things you can do on your turn, and you only can do one of them. One is, establishing your meeples, deploying your beeples, excuse me. And when you do that, you put one here. You got to put them upright. And you can either fill the whole card, or you can just maybe just do 2 of them, whatever you might need. But once you fill it, you're ready to go. There you go. And then your next one is that you want to fortify. That means once you get these resources the first time, you can get them again when you fortify.
And lay the bees down.
And then you lay them down. Now you say, why are you going to do that, Mik? Well, there's a majority area control. So if these are filled up, the person that wins, they get to get a reward of a wild. And that's pretty important to get a wild.
And the reason you want to fortify is because the bees that have been fortified, you get 2 points, and the bees that are still upright, you only get 1.
And then also you get a chance to take all your bees off, because you'll be losing some bees when you're trying to pay for some resources and basically putting them out here in the the area where you can try to get some some resources, so you'll start losing bees and you need those bees back. Now on your turn also, you can retreat your bees and take them away without really getting anything. So you might want to try to fight for majority control so you can get some stuff.
And the game has a very logical hierarchy. So you start here, putting your bees here to collect resources over here. And you use these resources to get these particular cards. These will give you permanent resources. And you use these cards to get houses for your queen. You can only get a house for your queen with permanent resources.
Yes.
Not the temporary resources.
No, and you got to give up your bees too.
Yes.
So them bees go back into the supply.
Yes.
And you'll be working with the supply through the whole game. So that's basically Propolis.
Propolis. So anyway, this is a fun game. It's colorful. It's interesting. It's family friendly.
Yes, it is. And now, family, during the campaign, the Kickstarter campaign, you can get another game. And you say, what is that game? That is Point Galaxy. Yes. Now, if you love Point Salad and Point City,
you'll love Point Galaxy.
Here we go. Now, in both games, you'll get free promos, and then also it's a solo mode for both. So, Starla, that is Propolis. Yes. Now, don't just take our word for it, family. Check it out for yourself, or see if your family or your game group will like it. Now, Starla, where can they find OFPG with all these bees flying around and bothering us and trying to build stuff? What's going on?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games,
yes,
you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, on our website, and right here on YouTube.
Right here. Now, family, thank you so much for coming out for our preview of Propolis, and sponsored by Flatout Games. So definitely, if you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. But always remember, with all these bees flying around, we love you. Bye now. Everybody.